So I want to talk about why you should not conform to society. That would be number one. And if I have enough time during this, I will go further and explain to you how coincidences are not a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence. If I have time, depends on how long this one goes. If not, I'll make a separate video. So what? Before I get into this, though, I want to say go watch Soul Mechanics. I'm going to link his channel down below. Please go check him out and watch him. He's doing some amazing things over there. He's got a game going on that I would highly suggest everyone take part in if you want to. Probably benefits you to do so. However, going back to why you should not conform to society as a whole or to the things that are going on outside as a whole, and I'm going to explain to you why. Uh, First and foremost is why would you want to conform to something you don't believe or agree with? That's the main thing. And if you say you believe and agree with it, I would ask you to highly question why you agree with that or go along with it. That can go with the two-party system, Democrat or Republican. It can go with this whole mask thing, and I'm absolutely not telling you not to wear a mask. If you think wearing a mask is the right thing to do, then by all means, please do it. I'm just telling you, with math, reason, and logic, I can explain to you why it's silly. That's my opinion. Don't take anything I say higher than what you perceive, what you believe to be, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get you to experience what reality really is about. That's all I'm really trying to do. So when I say don't conform, I mean don't conform to society. Why the hell would you go out here and work a minimum wage job to barely get by, being miserable by barely getting by, to just be more miserable? It's silly, it's childish, it's stupid. Why would you go out here and go to college? And I'm not telling you not to go to college, but really think about this. Unless there's something that you really want to do, which if you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, I mean, I don't know. There's only a few things off the top of my head I could think about that would meet the criteria for you to actually go dedicate 4 to 8 to 10 years of your life to accomplish something, and then be in huge debt after. That's another thing we charge people for education. That's silly. You should not be charged to go further yourself in life. Imagine how much better life would be if we provided you with the bare necessities. And I mean shelter, food, water, electricity, and clothing. And after that, you figure out what you really want in life and you go after it. Imagine how more far advanced we would be as a whole than that, as if it wasn't, well, you just graduated high school. You need to go work at McDonald's and go to college so you can get a business major to be 100 grand in debt and make 50,000 a year in that time. 50,000 a year, and then how long will it take you to pay back that 100 grand? Just really think about that. Now, I'm absolutely not bragging, and this is not coming out of a place of ego. I just want you to fully understand. I made more than 50 grand easily the past few years and I didn't go to college. I didn't. Now did I? I didn't. So just think about that. I'm making more money than most people that go to college make, and I'm just being painfully honest. I don't do too much, and that's sad to say and admit, but you have to find ways to make reality meet you. There's this saying that you have to meet reality on reality's terms, and I'm telling you, no, you make reality meet you on your terms, and you can do that. You can absolutely do that if you choose to do it. So that would be where I'm at. And even further, there's people that have dedicated their whole lives to try to figure out what the world's about, what the universe is about. And again, I'm not bragging or being egotistical, but I figured that shit out. And to me, it just seems like a 2-year journey. Maybe my whole life led up to this point, but I can definitely tell you what reality is. I can tell you how it got here. I can tell you why it got here, and I can tell you that all you're doing is examining a dream, man. Like, wake the fuck up, really. And I don't mean that to be negative or harsh. It just is what it is. So these are examples of why you shouldn't conform to society. They tell you, well, you need to cut your hair to come in here and work. You need to look professional. Just do whatever you can. Take your piercings out. Well, you got a tattoo. I'm sorry. You need to dress this way, and And be very cautious of what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to go out here and be fucking stupid for the sake of being stupid. That's the problem. I'm not. I'm telling you to be yourself. Being yourself and being stupid is completely different. Don't just go out here and defy things for the sake of defying them, but be yourself and good things will come to you. There's patience is a virtue. Realize that. Uh, and don't let fear control you, because a lot of people they do this, they think, well, I need this job, I mean, fuck, I need to get it, I need to further my education, and if I don't, I'm screwed, and uh, bills are coming, and you're worrying too much. If you just quit worrying and quit giving shit power over you, that's the main thing I want to get across to people, is you're giving this shit way too much power over you, whether it's money, whether it's sex, whether it is dependencies, whether it's food, whether it's drugs, whether it's a god in the sky, whether it's a devil underneath you, whether it's the absolute nothingness that is. You're giving all that shit way too much power over you. And again, I don't want anyone to believe me blindly. That's the major thing I want to point out to anyone and everyone that cares to listen or pay attention. What I'm telling you is I am you talking to you. So if I'm you talking to you, I'm only trying to benefit you at this point. I'm not trying to detour you or make you miserable or fuck your life up here. I'm just really trying to explain to you that your priorities are all out of whack. If you think making money is the most important thing, you're fucked. If you think having sex is the most important thing, you're fucked. If you think that going out here and wearing certain clothes and driving certain cars and living in a certain house is the end all be all, you were fucked before it even begins, because that's not going to bring you happiness. Now, are all those things good in the end? Nothing here is bad in moderation, but if you just go out looking for this shit, then you've already failed the meaning of life. There's an emptiness, and that's where the void comes from. There's an emptiness and a void within your heart. You have to fill that shit. Now, how do you fill it? It's not going to be with anything other than yourself and love. Is what I'm trying to point towards you as now, what else comes with this? The realization of God comes with this. The realization of love comes with this. The realization of consciousness comes with this. And what the fuck else are you doing? I have talked and I've talked and been associated with a lot of seriously hardcore religious people. And by that, let me just define what a hardcore religious person is. They take the Bible literally, they live in fear, they think that they will quote scriptures of the Bible but not fully understand what the hell they're doing, and they've not even read the Bible, for one, and for two, these same people, God bless them, they don't know any better. That's the problem. They will go out of their way to. This is just a prime example. I was watching a TV show, and my mom, I love her to death. She's one of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. Mom, I love you. I really love you with all my heart. But she will. I was watching a show or a documentary or something the other day, and they quoted a script from the Bible, and she walked by and said, "That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Why would anyone say that or think that?" And I'm sitting here thinking, you told X person that they shouldn't be gay because it says man shouldn't lay with a man in the Bible. Do you see where I'm going with it? And it's this is no knock on my mom, because I love her to death, and I hope no one takes it that way. And Mom, if you ever see this, I'm not knocking you. I love you. Thank you for raising me the way I was raised. I greatly appreciate it. But that's just a prime example. Now, I know people in my personal life that are supposedly God-fearing people that do dumb shit and justify it in the name of God. They don't know what God is. They don't know what God is. And then people go out here and say, well, praise Jesus. And it's like, Christ is very real, but that Jesus that you're praising is an image. It's a man. It's a form that is no different than you. So, praise yourself, because anything he could do, you could do. And he told you this. Jesus told you this. What did Jesus say? Love, light, truth. Anything I can do, you can do. And that's exactly what I'm telling you. So, but again, don't misconstrue the words, because there's meaning beneath the words. Words are just words, but there is meaning behind them that you should probably realize is truth. But however, again, do not conform to what you think you need or should do to advance in life, because you're falling into a trap. It's kind of like a rat chasing cheese in a maze. That's what you're doing. Well, what happens when you get the cheese? Do you think you're going to be happy or satisfied unless you have it all figured out before then? No, you're not. And I'm not saying any of this is not important. I'm not saying that money's not important. I'm not saying that loving yourself is not important, because that's the ultimate thing. You got to love yourself and love everyone else. But there has to come a certain point where you realize, even though you should love yourself and you have to love yourself is also the realization of I need to better myself. And that's something that a lot of these self-help people and all these spiritual groups want to tell you: you're fine the way you are. And which is true. You're fine the way you are. Everything about you is lovable and great. But the real question here is it lovable to you? At the end of the day, that's all that matters, is what is lovable and accepting to you is the point of it. Now, to me, I think a 9 to 5 job, soul sucking, I will not do it. Will not do it. Absolutely not. I would rather go out here and sit in the fucking woods in a tent than do that. But however, by the grace of God and miracles that do happen, I have had the great ability not to be able to do that. So, thank you. However, what I'm telling you is follow this path, man. Men, women, children, whoever, because there's no race, there's no sex. It's all a game of division. I'm just you talking to you. It don't matter what form you're taking. Do not conform to this. And I'm going to ask you 3 questions to make you realize what I'm saying is the truth. Are you happy? Are you happy doing what you're doing? Do you think when you reach the goal you think you need to reach, you will be happy? That's number 2. And number 3 is the most important thing. Are you following your heart? And is this out of a place of fear or love? Because if what you're doing is, well, I'm afraid that I will not get this, that, I'm afraid that whatever won't work out, and I need to do this, that's the thing. You don't need to, there's a lot of things you don't need to do at all. There's very few things you absolutely need to do. What do you want to do? That's the bigger question. What do you want? If you question that hard enough, you'll realize you don't want that many things. It's just your ego playing on you, thinking you need that many things. So what do you really need? You need a house. You need a car. You need clothing. You need electricity. You need water. You need enough money to live semi-comfortably. But more importantly, the only thing you need is love, and you need to be able to go out here and teach love to other people. Just imagine if this, just for a moment, imagine if the world was able to share things and love each other the way that it really should be loved. And imagine if the world was able to let go of all the division and all the differences, all the petty, insignificant differences, because a lot of the things you see going on out here is petty and insignificant. Race, I mean, it's not petty and it's not insignificant, but the fact that people play it upon each other to, well, I'm white and he's black and that dude's Mexican, and I'm going to point out the fact that he's black and Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Obviously, all lives matter, and Black Lives Matter has turned into a shit show movement, but I still support the fact that Black lives do matter. However, what it's turned into is not what it should be, and it is what it is. If you look at race, or you look at sex, or you look at anything else, you're fucking caught in a trap that you shouldn't be caught in. It don't matter if I have $1 billion, which no one should have $1 billion. But let's pretend I have $1 billion and you have $100. I'm no better than you. Money shouldn't be shit. Color shouldn't be shit. Sex shouldn't be shit. But society pushes this upon you to think that, well, I need to drive this certain car, and I need to dress a certain way and look a certain way, and I need to live in this house to be fulfilled in life. And I'm telling you, that's not how you get fulfilled in life. You gotta find yourself first. Really, is what I'm saying here. So these are all reasons you should not conform. If you think you should conform, then I'm sorry for you. And when I say left behind, I don't mean left behind as in a, you're still going to be here. I'm still going to be here. Everyone else is still going to be here. But you may be left behind in a thought process, in a third dimensional paradox that you don't want to be stuck in, is really what I'm trying to say. Miracles do happen. Timing is perfect when it needs to be. Just realize that. You got to trust in something. You got to have faith. You got to have hope. People say there's been a lot of bad things said about faith and hope, but you got to have them, because what the hell else do you have? You got to believe someone's out there looking out for you and guiding you, but you have to realize it's not some separate thing from you. Because your higher self is guiding you every step of the way. And again, the only thing separating you from whatever you can be is time, and time's not real. So time does not go linear. Time fragments itself within itself. It's another game of division. That's how time travel could be possible if someone wants to take the time and energy to look into it. It's all energy, is what it is. Literally energy. How did something come from nothing? Energy. Well, how did that energy form within that nothingness? Well, it does not matter because that's the answer. It's energy. At the end of the day, you can figure this all out. It does not matter how long you do it or how long you've tried to do it. At the end of the day, you just have to accept and admit, though, you're living in an illusion. There's no easy way to tell people that. You're living an illusion. That's what you're living. Take off the fucking mask and be yourself. And I don't mean this mask is you have to wear a mask to walk in. I mean the mask you think you are. That's not you. So just stop it. Love you guys. I will come back on here because this is 15 minutes, and I will do a why coincidences do not happen and are not real. Anything that you think is a coincidence is a poke at you to wake the fuck up and do what you should do. Love you guys. And again, I'm just you talking to you.